Hello and welcome to episode 3 on the restoration of this 1981 911 SC. In the last video you'd have seen us start stripping it all out. Initially this car was going to just have a bare metal repaint, but one thing led to another and it is now a full restoration. So in this video we finish getting the shell stripped, we get it off to ABS blasting, we clearly get it back, get it into epoxy primer, and we get it on the Celette bench. So check it out. Okay, so we've still got to get all of the running gear off of this car, and I start by stripping off that offside rear trailing arm, drive shaft and shock absorber, followed by the spring plate and torsion bar. Then I can move on to the near side. As you can imagine, after 40 years of road abuse, there's plenty of C's, nuts and bolts, and it takes a lot of heat and a bit of persuasion with a hammer and pry bar. Okay, with that offside trailing arm and spring plate removed, it was time to remove the torsion bar. The torsion bar was really stuck in place, so I had to use a pry bar and knock it through from the offside. Once that was done, Gareth made a start with stripping everything in the engine bay, including that accumulator and the oil tank. So unfortunately I didn't get any footage of us breaking down the suspension into component form, but here's a video of us pushing out the rear wheel bearings. Everything was stripped and sent off for powder coating, plating or aquablasting. With the rear end fully stripped, it was time to turn our attention to the front end. Now the front subframe is only held on with 6 bolts, so that I undid the top shock absorbers and then undid those front subframe bolts, which enabled us to drop the whole lot down in one go. Next I wanted to remove both rear quarter panels. Here Jim is drilling out the spot welds along both sides of the engine bay and around the window apertures. We can then make a straight cut from the window aperture to the engine bay, which makes it nice and easy to put back once it's all been blasted. The reason I want to remove these is because it's really awkward to blast on top of those inner rear quarter panels, and you'll see later in the video exactly why that needed to be done. Now I've finished off removing the pedal assembly from the front and all of the sound deadening out the back, and now I can carry on removing that near side rear quarter while Jim finishes off the offside. Now with both rear quarters removed, the very last thing we need to do is remove the wiring loom. The wiring loom runs through the tunnel and needs to be pulled from the front through to the back. It's a pretty tricky job, but with 2 of us we make light work of it, and then we can load it in the trailer and take it off to ABS blasting. So here we are with the shell at ABS blasting, and we'll do a quick walk around. You've all seen the front end. The inside is actually pretty good. I'm not expecting too many horrors here. But this inner rear quarter has got a massive hole along the top, and the rest of it's looking really crispy, so I'll be interested to see what that looks like once it's been blasted. The offside is exactly the same, but this engine bay, as you can see, has got a couple of holes, so I'm expecting that to get a little bit worse. So here we are in the blast room at ABS Blasting. As usual, Alex done a fantastic job, and the next thing he needs to do is take it out of the blast room and give it a good blowing off with an airline. Now Alex spends a long time blowing off the shell and getting in all of those box sections with his airline, but it's something that needs to be done 3 or 4 times throughout a restoration to get as much grit out as possible. Once that's done, he can carry it over to our trailer and we can load it up to take it back to CCR HQ for a good coat of epoxy primer. Okay, so we're back at Classic Car Revivals. Now we can take it out of the trailer and Chris can give it its second blowing off. You would not believe the amount of grit that seems to come out of the roof and all the other crevices and box sections just between the 20-minute drive from ABS Blasting back to our workshop. So here Chris spends another half an hour blowing it all out, hoovering it all out and getting it into that booth. Okay, so that is the shell now all in epoxy primer. Just do a quick walk around. We've got a little bit of grot here. Pretty commonplace because that's where the oil tank goes, so stuff gets trapped in there. On top of this piece here as well, so cutting off these rear quarters was the right thing to do. All in here is pretty good. Rear seat area, parcel shelf, all looking pretty solid, but that longitudinal's looking pretty grim, and the floor on the other side of that's had repairs. You can see that in a later video. And then that grot up there, which I've seemed to have repaired on the last 3 cars that we've done. A little bit on the dash there, nothing major. A bit around the scuttle. I might get the repair panel for this, or I might make a section for that. Wing mount panel. Again, might be worth retaining the original and just making a section. Again, this area always seems to rot out as well. Obviously, we've already repaired this front end and this top bit, so that's all fine. Petrol tank support panel's all good. Front bulkhead's all good. Typically, I'd repaired that section, and this middle bit looked okay, but blasting's perforated that, so we've now got to repair that a little bit. Bit of grot on the wing mounting panel again, but only small, so we'll probably just do small repairs for that. scuttle edge, seen better days, but not terrible. So yeah, all in all, pretty good. This side, around the torsion tube's all gone, and I said the edge of that floor has been patched and it's looking gnarly as well. So we'll sort that out. Inner quarter's gone a little bit worse than the other side. And then this rear bumper mount and rear cross member panel is pretty moody as well. So we're going to have to cut a section of this away, cut a section of this away, repair in here, repair this, put this back on. It's all little fiddly stuff really, nothing major, just be time consuming. So next thing to do is draw up a panel list. I'll get all of those panels delivered and we can get cracking on the metalwork. With the panels ordered with the guys at Design 911, I can now get the body shell off of that dolly and mounted on the Celette chassis jig. The last car on the chassis jig was the 1969 911E, so we just had to make one subtle change to convert it for the later car. We had to move the rear beam back for the rear shock mounts and change the brackets. So the shell is now bolted down fully to the Celette bench. I'm not going to do too much talking about the bench because most of our subscribers would have seen that in a video before where I talk through each component on the bench. But the short of it is we've got the main bench that these beams bolt to. We've then got these blue towers and these green brackets. The green brackets are all car specific, so every different model of 911 has slightly different brackets. And we get a data sheet to tell us exactly where these brackets need to bolt down to. Once they're bolted down, the car should bolt down to these brackets. The brackets are all in a specific position for suspension mounting points. So we've got torsion tube, rear shock mount, rear engine mount, and they should all line up. If they don't, the shell is slightly twisted. In this case, everything is bolted down pretty well. The only thing that isn't quite right is this engine mount. So if you look through here, you can see that engine mount. I can't get the pin through here because the whole mount is too low. So we're going to have to push this corner of the car up and get that to stay there so this all lines up. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Obviously I've done a walk around of all of the rust issues already. So now we can roll this into the metalwork room and make a start on that metalwork. Well, that brings us to the end of another video. In the next one, we will get cracking on the metalwork. Hopefully we will get all of the metalwork done in that video. Chris has already done the body work on all of the panels, so it won't be too much work before this will be in paint. So yeah, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you check out the progress on this and some of the other 911s we're doing as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.